Hi guys, welcome to One UX One. Today we're talking about how you can make 100k or more in your UX design or UX research job. Now, obviously it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's definitely possible, and there's many people who've gone up that scale in a reasonable amount of time, i.e. in the short to mid term rather than the long term. So how can you get that done? How can you achieve that? Because we all have bills to pay. So the first thing is that you need to build a multitude of skill sets and experiences. Now, I personally have seen that if your experiences are valuable, they don't have to be lengthy or long. So for example, some of my colleagues I've seen have worked in one organization for a very long period of time. So 5 to 10 years in one organization with one type of UX design or UX research experience. Whereas there's others I know that will jump from one contract to the next. Now, what does that add? How does it add value and make you more valuable as an employee or as a contractor? The more industries that you work in, and that's the way that UX design works, because the more varied experience you have, the more valuable you become over time. So for example, if you're working in e-commerce and you want to specialize, because don't forget that in UX design and even UX research, you can now specialize in different fields and areas. And the reason is that the more areas there are, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's software or applications or type of business, type of industry, whether it's in medicine, healthcare, finance, whatever area you specialize in, you become extremely valuable because of the short supply of UX designers. People will be fighting over recruiting you. That means you can earn more money because there's more demand for your speciality. You can actually chase that 100k goal or even 150k, 160k. And that all is about creating enough of a skill set that is valuable. So that's, if you even work 3-month to 6-month contracts in each different company or organization, that type of resume or CV is way more valuable, in my opinion and my experience, than one where you've worked in one organization for a very, very long time. Now, what's really, really important, don't forget this, is that your portfolio must reflect that experience. So a lot of people forget when they're working and they're busy in their contracts or their jobs, they forget to take pictures. Just keep your phone with you. Ask your colleagues to take pictures of your work, i.e. working with colleagues, whether you're working with stickies on the wall, whether you're wireframing or creating or managing a stakeholder engagement of any type, whether it's a meeting or a workshop, make sure you take pictures, because your portfolio is a reflection of you. It's the evidence that they want to see that you have actually delivered, because that's what's going to get you that higher earning and a better paid job. So take pictures, take pictures, take pictures. All I can say, don't forget, it doesn't matter about the quality of the picture, it's about proving that you've done this work. Now, always remember one thing, anything that you've done, any work that you've done, whether it's wireframes, prototyping, minimum viable product, any of those things, make sure that you back up, as long as there's no data protection on it or any secrecy or privacy laws. Other than that, which you can actually blur out anything like that. But as long as it's legal to do, make sure that you keep everything from each job that you have as evidence that you can use for your portfolio or to even discuss in an interview. So these are the things that are going to add value. So one is multiple experiences. Second is the evidences that you're going to gather. And third is how you sell yourself. How do you sell yourself, i.e. how can you describe yourself as being invaluable? So how can you sell yourself as someone very precious to the future potential employer? And how do you do that? The way you do that is you will describe your skill set, your assets, i.e. your experiences, and say, how did you add value? So you need to give analytics, proof of statistics, success metrics, i.e. what was the conversion rate due to the process that you followed and the work that you did? How much more profitable was the company? What was the ROI, return on investment? What was the task completion rate? Did you reduce that? Did you increase subscriptions? Did you increase following for your particular niche area? So did they get more people to use the app or buy more, i.e. sales increased by what percentage? So you need to prove that you're worth through stats, through figures, through qualitative data and quantitative data. That's what's really going to get you to really be able to demand. And really, if you're good and once you get to that level, and that doesn't have to be over the long term, it can be short to medium term. So I would say between 1 to 3 years, you can start to get over 100K a year. So you don't have to look very long term because the market's still very new and very fresh. There's still a lot of people that don't know what UX design is. But in terms of employment, companies are hiring more and more UX designers and UX researchers because they're realizing the benefits of UX design to their revenue, their bottom line, their profits, and customer loyalty. Because what we do is we build empathy, which in the end of the day, what does it do? It increases customer traction, customer loyalty to that product or brand, and customer engagement with that product. So if you can put that into your resume, CV, and your portfolio, that's when you're going to start earning serious amounts of money. So that's my advice, and they're the tips that are going to get you to 100K plus, and even up to 150 and 160, 170K a year. So to do that, what you need to do is really sell yourself. Sell yourself on a genuine basis of what you've achieved and show it. Some people I know that are really, really amazing at UX design, at the whole process, end to end, the whole life cycle, but they're not good at displaying and showing it. So you've got to be good at showing what you've done, how you've added value, how you've changed things. If you can't show it, like they say, if you can't display it, it doesn't exist. So it doesn't matter how good you are, if you can't show it to people, they don't know how amazing you are. I hope that's helpful, guys. Don't forget to download the free guide, the UX design guide and the UX research guide. And I'll see you on the next one. This is One UX One. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching.